Alright, so on the last time I did this, and it sure was a time. And a funny thing about that one, if you boot up the easy mode, you'll see that there's a bunch of flags that have been added. Those are basically checkpoints. So this easy mode is basically exactly the same level, but you can practice every section. So I did not know that, but now I do. Alright, so next up, meditation. Alright, so this looks like meditation, but with slopes and dangerous pits. I think I should be able to handle this. Actually. Alright, well, this isn't as bad as the other one. Definitely a little bad, but I just need to apply some strategy, I think. So, what do I want to do here? Sacrificing is probably part of it. Let's just try something. So if we do that... Oh, it resets. So we can't do that. Okay. Oh, and these layouts aren't actually what I thought they were either. So, alright. Guess we can play around with this. Let's try to get those like that. Alright. Let's get those in their hole. It's gonna be a little bit to properly organize these, it seems, but nothing too bad. Yeah, okay, so when you're skating along the outer edge, that's actually better for fumbling my words here big time. But yeah, so skating along the outer edge is the solution. Obviously going like straight across the slopes probably wasn't. So here we have some islands. So we need to bridge a way across. So how do we do this? Our first move does need to be something like that. It's symmetrical, so it doesn't seem like we have to worry about this side. The next move seems to necessarily be that. If we do this, and then bump that way, and then this way. Okay, so that gets us to this outer ring. Now how do we bridge to all of these islands is the real question. If we get to one island, we can use the box to connect to an adjacent island, so that's something to consider. Just trying to think. How do we make use of these top boxes? If we bridge up, then I guess that amounts to being able to push the blocks a certain way. So we can exchange one block in the middle for one block up top, or down on the bottom. But the real question is there a way to use those to our advantage, or are they just obstacles? And furthermore, it's actually quite hard to push something up here. We're going to need to sacrifice a block in one of these corners here to get something going with that. Alright, well, we don't have to worry too much about losing progress since I know how to replicate those steps. So let's just try to think about getting to one of these islands. So this block, let's say this goes down. So that goes down. And we're going to need to is this block ever useful for anything? Is it over a solid? It is. This is an I was not expecting that. This is interesting. So, if we can just push 2 along here, then we actually have a bridge to both of those islands. So that's pretty good. Is there any good way to set this up? Let's think about how we want to allocate these left blocks. So if we push the bottom one left, then we can get 1 free block out of the middle of that little Tetris piece, but it seems like to do that we need to get 2 more in the line of danger, so to speak, to build a bridge across that way. Alright, well, let's just do this and prove to ourselves that this does indeed work. We are going to need one more block. Also, the presence of this here, it does help for the connecting this to here. So I will say that's a good move. Alright, so let's just push this left. And 1 more left. Right, so something like that, I guess. Doesn't look like it's going to be very good for us, though. So, is there anything we can do with once we get this part set up? Oh, actually, I was not correctly parsing our ability to use these blocks. Yeah, they only can bridge in that way. So, yeah, looks like using the very outer edge is not that viable. That said, if we could bridge a certain way, then we could push the middle one, or the ones on the outer of the ring down. So, let's do that as our next route of inquiry. Yeah, as soon as this happens, let's try this. So, yeah, how do we want to use this? If we could bridge down, then we could push that up, and push a block here and push that up as well. So that's seeming like what I want to try for. So let's get back into this state. So we do this, and let's do this. Yeah, that's better for our block economy. So that's bridged that way. Now let's push this down. Something like this maybe? We lose a block like this, but we do gain a block left. And now we can bridge up, and we're going to need to extract one more block. I'm feeling pushing that way. And that way. Alright, so we've got a few more blocks to work with now. So there's one bridge formed. Seems like it'll still be a little bit pesky to get both. Like we're spending a lot of blocks on this operation here, and again, we're not actually finding a use for these outer ring ones, which concerns me. But at the very least, we do have 2 opened up. So, only thing we can really do is this, which doesn't feel very good. Yep, I think I've hit a dead end here. Alright. Yeah, is there any way to... Well, okay. Let's try to make use of those middle blocks. So, do our same old. Now, what we're going to do is get this and do that. And now we have some space. Okay, this is quite promising. So, with this in place, let's keep that parked where it is. And let's try to set up our little thing again. So 2 blocks that way. Actually, is this a symmetric construction? No, because we still don't have access to the top or bottom. But if we just expend... If we expend one... Okay, actually, here's something. We don't actually need to get top or bottom access. We can push this left, and then back around to the right. And that might be the key. Let's try not to bounce into the water. So... that's there. This is bridged up. This is bridged down. And I don't think we can use this block, but that doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Since if this is a symmetric layout, then we should be on the path to victory here as soon as we get the other side set up. Although I won't quite say we're done just yet, just in case I'm missing something. So next up, we get this across. We put that there, and we push this down. A little bit spooky to do that, but Go back around. Alright. I think we got it. So let's start doing our classic matching. That's blue. Alright, got a match there. And we're about to get a match as soon as we hit this bottom left corner. Cool. That was a neat one. Security Guards by Jacob Scott. Right. It seems like Jacob seems to consistently make the most painful ones. So how this level works is we need to do matching, but in order to do the matching, we need to do some rather painful crossovers. So yellow, blue, cyan, green. And if you hit one of those, then that happens. And that's a much worse outcome than you'd initially expect, because now it's just look at how it's messing up everything here. Although I do forget if these little spinning tops can hit the oxide stones. That would be neat if so. Let's see if we can observe that. It seems like they've mostly stabilized, so perhaps not. Let's just reset. Alright, actually, let's turn the sound back up too. I think I've had it turned down for a while. Although I might want to turn it back down again just because of all of the noise. So let's memorize these. Yellow, red, black, cyan. Okay. And that's a reset. Yeah, you really cannot hit those at all. Not sure if I'm getting lucky with my matches on the left or if there's always 2 guaranteed. Alright. So it looks like those are at very slightly altering speeds. And whenever they align, that's the chance to strike. Of course, now it's all gone haywire. Let's see if we can't make it through anyway. No, definitely not. Yeah, gotta be a little bit more forceful so that we actually have enough speed to outrun the tops. But not enough to overshoot the next little pit, which is quite deadly. I forgot the oxide stones in the time since then, but let's see if we can't do some work over here. There's one match. Alright. Actually, I think it was black, blue, yellow, green. Let's try this. I'm going to... No, I do... Well, here's the thing. If I die in the top section, then I pretty much lose any consistent guarantee of solving the puzzle. But if I take a death, then I don't have to risk that, and I get safe passage back to the left. So let's memorize these. So blue, black, yellow, green. Blue, black, yellow, green. Okay. And I know that the black was on top. So now it's blue, yellow, green over there. Okay. Yellow, green, blue here. So blue, yellow, green, and yellow, green, blue. Let's match yellow. And now let's hope that we can do that again. That was not good. Alright, well now... Yep, okay. That's unfortunate. I sort of have to go fast there if I want any chance of actually surviving. So, green, yellow, white, blue. Okay. Okay. And as you can see, sometimes the tops just straight up cover the holes like that, which is especially unfortunate. Alright, so black, magenta, green, white. So it's about to be magenta, green, white. And this is magenta, white, green. Okay. So let's take our restart. And we should be able to do this in one more life. That's unfortunate, and now we're gonna have to super risk it. And I died anyway. Alright, mic off mode. Alright, I will assure you that was quite stressful. Alright, time is money. So we've got a coin and a coin slot. And we've got... Okay, so it's like a little racetrack. It's quite fast. Oops. Cool. Growing the doors. Alright, got another Sokoban. So. Right, I see the problem. Yep, so this looks like just standard Sokoban fare, hopefully. Just like a 4-in-1 puzzle. Although there is some slight issue here. I think I want to store one here temporarily. So let's try that again. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, now for this part. So, we necessarily have to push something down here, and far enough down to put it on the bottom row. Which one it is has yet to be seen. It looks like the bottom left corner is probably the hard one. Yeah, okay. So it's a little bit hard to do this. Because if the one in this column's filled, then we can never push left. And it does necessarily need to be a push left action that gets you onto this row, or column, I mean. So, guess I'll enter silent mode, think about it for a bit. Alright, I think I see it. So I'm pretty sure it goes like this, then this, then this, and this, and this, and now both of these can be pushed down. Great, on to the next section. Yeah, this is cute. I'm gonna have to learn how to, like, play Sokoban and solve Sokoban levels, since that's actually not one of my strong suits, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. At least a beginner's taste of it. So, what's the problem one? This is easy. So's unsure about this one. This is off limits, so this has to go down. This can go up and back down, but only if this row has a space for it. We again need to go down left to get this one, so this is looking like a potential problem. This one and this one might be pretty easy. As long as you can get something onto this row, then you should be able to push there. So hopefully that won't be too bad. So let's just try. Right, okay, so I see something else. So this little path here, while this block is blocking here, if we push something onto this square, then we're never going to be able to push it out without pushing one of these just back in and basically losing the puzzle. So we need to take care of this one above us in a timely fashion. So if we push this left, then we lose. We can push this right, but then we have to escape by pushing one of these up, so that's also a lose. So we can't move this one. If we move this one, then we are in a terrible tango with this and this, which can't be resolved, so that's also a lose. So I guess we have to push this up and this right. That seems fine so far. And we can push this back left if need be. If we push it all the way left, we cannot do that. So we can only push this one left. I mean, let's try this state. Just look at it for a little bit, see if there's anything revealing about this. Not sure. It doesn't look too good. I'm going to repeat this step. What if we push this further right? Like right here. This is still salvageable. Actually, there is something we can do, is we can store this block here, although that's a pretty spicy action to take. If we push this left, then we have to be able to go around the top to save it, but that does allow us to push it left. So let's try it. So this goes like this. And now we need to have the left channel opened up so we can push this middle block down. Actually, no. Is that really how that works? So if we push this down, then we get a puzzle reset, or just like a return to the initial state. If we push this up, then our actions are to push them back down. Let's just take a look at it. So if we push this down, we can only push it left, and that doesn't seem very good because of the way these are configured. If this was an L like here and up, and this block was this one in the L, then if we went around here and pushed this up, then we could push this back right. So this is actually looking like a promising way to finally get somewhere with the puzzle, and I'm going to dedicate to it and hope that it doesn't lose me the puzzle, but if it does, then it's not too hard to get back here. So this is here now, and in fact it just needs to be there, I think. So now how do we deal with these? So I think this can go here. This one's the problem. It can go there. And then this can also go there. Alright, so bump this up. This goes all the way here. Cool. Alright, so we're getting somewhere. Okay, no, so even though these do look kind of connected, I can't push from here. So there is no connection between this part of the puzzle and this part. At least, let's take a further look at what these do. Okay, so those just unblock those. So I'm going to consider this part of the puzzle solved. Now for the last puzzle in the pack, so to speak. So, yep, got some more channeling wizardry going on here. How do we want to approach this? If we push this right, that's a lose. Yeah, so we can always just try to enumerate the fail states. And if there's a clear first move, then we can always take that. So this is a fail. This right doesn't gain much progress. This right also seemingly not much progress. This right, we can move it back. Not actually sure about that, because we can't get around to the other side if we head it back. But I sure have made that move now. Hopefully it was the right move. With this like this, if we push this right and push this up, then that does clear this, which is nice. I think the main thing is this block. This block's kind of troublesome. And we need to get this block out of here and push it down into something, which seems like most likely this column or this column. Who knows? We do need to clear out this channel at some point though, and pretty sure that does involve some form of this. So let's try and dedicate to it. Hopefully it'll work out. And now this is here. Alright, so we can go back around here if need be. So let's think about how we deal with the top left block. We need to push it right and down. And the thing about that is if we push this down, then it'll never have anywhere to go. which is not good for our intents and purposes. But if we push this right, say, then we can push this one left and clean that up. And then, okay, maybe I see something. So let's go ahead and store this in here. No, that's not quite right. I don't think it's unsalvageable yet, but definitely in that danger zone. So we need to... Oh, hold on. I think I see it. So if I push this left, then I can push that one left, and then I can push this down, and then that one can go right and down. Okay, I think this should be a solve. So like this, and presto, that's Kirby. Alright, that was a cool puzzle. A little bit nightmarish to retry, but the puzzle itself was primo Enigma. So, trying to think. So I've got 6 levels left, I believe. Sure, I can dedicate to one more. Let's just play around with this, see what happens. So these are traveling in this way, and these are bumping these blocks, and they do eventually stop at a certain point. And I see. Okay, so the puzzle here is we need to be able to impulse these blocks. There's up preference there. And then these are going to go around, and they'll eventually cancel out, I think. Okay. So at the very least, we can go ahead and hit an Oxid Stone. I think that'll probably be a better idea than trying to get all at once. Although I did just hit that, so let's hope. Yeah, I think this is about to just do that. Okay. Let's hit this one. Alright, so those waves are traveling like that. And let's hit it again. I'm not actually paying attention to which switches are going down and up. So this move isn't good for the top left one. But it might be good for this one and that one. Nope. Okay, so those are getting canceled out there. So how about we try from down here? Nope, that cancels out once more. Okay. So let's try again to hit from this side. So that puts that up there. And then those are just fine. This is a very slippery floor, by the way. So I'm going to have to be super careful about how I control on it. Alright. I wonder why these different floor markings are here. I don't think the floor markings are random, so I do wonder if these are supposed to be like conveyance elements, like places that I should hit the blocks from. Either way, there's our blue. Alright. So, what do we want to do next? Let's hit this, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't amount to much. Although we do get to skate this one along every time we do this. So let's do it a little bit more. And right, okay, so the problem here is when that one gets bumped, in the one in the bottom left corner, when it gets bumped left, if the wave's traveling in a certain direction, then it'll just get bumped back right. So I think I need to start the wave from far enough in the opposite direction. Not sure where that starts to apply, but let's try right here. That just pushes it back up. That's not very good. Alright. Well, let's just watch how it goes. Yeah, so this is getting continuously bumped the, not the way I wanted it to go now. I hope I don't have to do any, like, fast business here. So let's go ahead and just hit this again. So that's there now. If I hit the one down right of it, then it's just going to, yeah, go one way and then back. Fascinating. Like, yeah, the matter here is, like, the waves continue to travel. Let's just experiment with what it looks like if I do one wave and then make another one. They do still eventually cancel, which is good. Yeah, all of these are really hard to actually keep on the plates, is the main issue at hand here. I guess let's just try various spots and see how well they work out. Like this middle one here. Doesn't seem to have done too much. Yep, so that resolves like that. Oh, we do actually have a switch down right now. So that's better than nothing. Let's see if we can't take advantage of that. Gotta still be super careful here. Since if we don't, if we make a mistake and like get one of these off the plates, then that could cost me a life, which is not the best. So what color is this one? Red. Alright, unfortunate, but hopefully we'll be able to match it with the next one we hit. So, how about this? Okay, so you hit that one to put that one there, so that's good to know. That seems to be stuck in a loop. Okay, so this is looping around. So how about here? What does this do? Still nothing too useful. Guess let's just experiment and see what layouts eventually get us our preferred blocks in place. Alright, how about this one? Because I don't think I'll be able to think about it any faster than I can just, like, bump the blocks and see what happens. How about, let's try and hit some of the lower blocks. So, like this one. Still doesn't seem to be too useful. That one's safe to hit at least. We could always try and hit one on the inside. Let's try this. How about this? And how about this? That moved it up. Alright. Alright, well, let's just try to solve the bottom right one right now. What if we hit this one all the way in here? Okay, I think that is the one we hit if we want to solve the bottom right one, but... Oh, I think we solved it already. I didn't even realize which switch that was. But we do still know. So now, it's gonna bump it up. So it seems like they always have the same preference order for bumping. So, I mean, we can keep doing this. Let's see if we can't get it onto the top switch. It's gonna bump it back down. Drop my battery. How about this? Yep, still no progress on that end. But we can offset the wave like this and get a move like that. Okay, that's promising. Nice, okay. So we found our golden spot for that switch. I think I'm sort of starting to get a feel for how this works now. Just gotta be super careful not to bump things as always. And those wood floors are definitely throwing me off. I believe the game calls the sort of wooden plank floors samba, so that's what those are called. And there's the blue we're missing. I would have really preferred if that was the red, but at the very least, we can always just go ahead and solve the top right or top left one again. So this will look like... I don't think we have to risk much. We can just like go back over here and hit this one. Or is it this one? Okay, it's that one. Alright, so we're coming up on a blue match. And I hit it again. So let's go ahead and fix our mistake. Oh! How lucky. It actually canceled out. I do wonder if it's possible to like create an infinite wave loop somehow. I don't want to experiment with that because that creates the risk of the doors like constantly opening and shutting on me, which would not be ideal. Alright, so now let's solve the bottom right one again. just saunter on along here. So it's this one, right? It is. Alright. So now let's try to be careful and get that one oxide stone out of the way. Can we make it? I'll try. Well, that wasn't good. Okay, at the very least, this isn't a restart on death level, so I'll appreciate that. And that eventually canceled out. Alright, so maybe we'll be able to solve this from sort of the opposite side like this. Like in the opposite way that we solved the getting it to the top right one. Just watch the ripples go by. Looks like we need to slightly switch up our tactic here. Okay, so that's the right way to move that wave. And now, we should be coming up on a solve. Cool. That was a little bit silly, but I think I got it in the end. And with that, I'll call it for the episode. So, definitely a lot of pretty hard ones, but surprisingly mostly puzzles, although there certainly was one execution-heavy one. Two, more like, but that was neat. So, see you next time.